Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So as you can see, I've just logged into LiteBringer, which is a RPG running on the Litecoin blockchain, and obviously it's a blockchain game, and in order to play it we have to sync to the blockchain. So a little bit different to running on Ethereum, where you just use a wallet that interacts with the blockchain. With something like Litecoin, you're actually syncing to the entire blockchain. So every time you log in, you have to go through that process of syncing up with the chain, so any transactions you make are then at the right point in the chain. So I've done quite a few videos previously of LiteBringer when it was running on the testnet. At that point you just got given a whole bunch of kind of fake tokens to use. Now we are running on the Litecoin blockchain, so we need some Litecoin. So you see at the bottom here I've got 199 what they call lights. So I did have to go to an exchange and get some Litecoin and send some to my wallet, and that's just kind of the way it goes on a blockchain game. If you choose a blockchain, you have to have their tokens in order to interact with that blockchain. So if you're running on Ethereum, you have to have some ETH. But assuming you can manage that, let's go and create a character. So creating a new character. And these characters are kind of typical kind of RPG kind of class characters: fighter, rogue, sorcerer. One of the kind of key things you do in the game is once you choose a base character, you then have to level them up to level 30, and then you can choose an advanced class. So in the case of sorcerer, we have battle mage, priest, warlock. Obviously those are all kind of like magic type characters. So we have the rogue goes to assassin, pirate and bard, and the fighter goes to warrior, knight and paladin. And we can see here a whole bunch of stats. Obviously that's the point of different character classes, is as you evolve them, they get more specialized in certain areas and get, they're good to be used in certain battles against certain types of enemy. I think I will go with the sorcerer to create a character. I can also also say you can go to male characters as well. So there's obviously there is that option. So I'm going to create a sorcerer, and I will call her Magic, and have to create character. So hit the create character option. So Magic will be sent on beginner magic library. So that's her first quest. We can see here I've got 199 of these lights, and it's going to cost me 0.0137, so 1,000th and a bit more of a light to send them. So confirm, off we go. So we see now she's preparing to go on her quest. And this is a blockchain game, so obviously what we're doing is we have to wait for the blockchain for the information I've just sent. I've just done something, created something on the Litecoin blockchain, and that has to be sent to the nodes that are running the blockchain, and they have to say this is this transaction is one that we are going to kind of lock into our block, and then have to wait for it to lock into the block, and then it will be saved forever. While I'm waiting, I can create another character. So should we do one of each, really? So I will call her fighter, and I'll call her basher. So there we go. Similar scenario, and let's, for the sheer indulgence of it, let's have one of each. So there we go. And you can see it changes slightly, but it's very kind of minuscule. So there we go. So we've created the characters. We have set them on their quest. You can see here it's waiting to do the character setup, and we can come back once they've done their quest and then have a look to see what happens next. Okay, so we can see that my created characters have done their first mission. Finished, and they basically, it's not really a proper mission, that's just basically kind of going through the character creation. So we can go in and have a look here, and this is the world map. So we can see here these are all different missions, and at the moment, because we just started, pretty limited. You can see all these ones here with red around them. I can't do, 'cause it says here quest will fail because I'm not powerful enough. But obviously, as I get more powerful, there's all these different missions, and they all have kind of different. Really, it's different loot. So, this one here, there's one of the kind of key resources in the game is this elemental power. So if you can go to the Shrine of Lightning, you'll kind of collect this resource, and if you go to the Shrine of Fire, you'll collect this kind of fire resource. What we've got here, water, Shrine of Physical, and there's also then these kind of attacking other enemies. Some of which will give you loot drops. So the Mad-Eyed Slade will drop randomly some gear, and some of them are just XP kind of grind missions. Anyway, the one I can do here is the City of Brightwell. It's the only mission I can do. It's going to take one block, one Litecoin blockchain block, approximately 2 minutes 30 seconds. And the rewards I'm going to get are some very basic gear that I can then equip to my character. So off we go. I'm going to send them on their quest. Again, it's going to cost me this small amount of kind of a currency, and off we go and just do that. So similar for all of them. They all have a different. They'll pick up different gear, so it's actually all a different. Kind of beginner option, but you can see here it's kind of the same map otherwise. So I send them on their quests, off they go, and we can see here again get the preparing for quests, and then we'll kind of come back when they've completed that. We can see here I'm slowly starting to spend my Litecoin, and we can see here this is actually the block here. So this is the current block that the Litecoin blockchain is on, and this is the current time that block has been working on. So we'll leave them to be doing their stuff, and come back in 2.5 minutes and see what's happened. Okay, so now all the characters have finished their first mission, and we can see the loot that they've got by clicking on the loot button. So they've obviously just got the basic kind of gear, but we can now go and see they got this basic loot, and we can start to kind of do the RPG thing. So there's got a wooden staff and a wooden staff. So we can start to kind of load these things up. At this point, you're not getting a lot of difference between them, between this kind of gear. But just kind of dropping it in, you can see that they all have different kind of magical elements that might be useful in different kind of missions. But there we've got her gear, so we can now go and send her off to do a mission. There she goes. So similar thing here. We can go into inventory and got a sword, and we've got some armor. You can see the gear that each character class has is different. So go and send on another beginner's quest for her, and yeah, okay. So off they go. Now what's also interesting, this being a blockchain game, is we can have a look at the depot. So these are, I'm not quite sure where all these items have come from, because this is a okay, so yeah, these are the ones that are left, that's right, yeah, okay. So if I want to, if I'm not going to use these other items, I can dismantle them. I could tag all to be dismantled, and and then so all these kind of, I could say, unwanted items, and I could dismantle them, and you'll see I'll start to receive these resources, which are those elements, and you use those elements, you collect those elements, and one of the key things you do with them is to upgrade your gear. Now, because everything I'm doing involves I'm spending a small amount on the blockchain transaction fees, so you start to see this is going down. I've now spent one of my lighters. Similarly, if I want to go and buy things, I could go and see if I could buy some resources, and so these other player characters have set up. I could buy one of these. What is it? It is a training scroll for the fighter. So this, for the fighter class, this is a way of kind of leveling up, and they're selling that at 57.75 lighters. So obviously the point of this is people can put in different prices. So if I had one of these to sell, one of these training scrolls for a rogue, I could come in, I could sell it at a lower level and undercut that, and know I'd get it sold off. And if I'm putting things for sale, it'll be there. And we can see here it's blockchain, so we can see here all the transactions I've done. So I can see here when I received my first currency, when I sent that, I can see the transaction ID on the Litecoin blockchain, and we can see I've created characters and I've sent them on quests. So all that kind of stuff is being collected because it's a blockchain, and that's what you do with blockchain. So there we go. A very kind of brief kind of first play of LiteBringer on the Litecoin blockchain. I'll continue to keep playing and do some more videos to kind of show some of the deeper features. Obviously, this is a kind of grindy RPG. There's not a lot of kind of pretty action going on here. This is very kind of in a sense kind of menu-based RPG where you're getting these items and leveling them up and grinding out and leveling up, but the interesting thing here is now, I guess, this marketplace. So you can kind of start to think about the stuff you're collecting. You can sell that on to other players, and if there's specific things that you want, you can see here there's quite you could have there's quite a strong kind of filter kind of range here. So you could look to see if you wanted to get particular gear with certain items. If there's specific things you need, probably there is someone selling them. You can see someone's trying to sell some of this very rubbish items. This one looks a bit more, some of these ones probably a bit more kind of. Actually, none of these are leveled up, are they? But over time, obviously, people will be kind of farming their gear and selling it on for currency. So that's kind of interesting. Will be an interesting option to see how that plays out. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Blockchain Gaming World, where we spend our time playing blockchain games, trying to make sense of how it all works. So if you're interested in that, please do subscribe. But thanks for watching this video, and hope to see you again soon.